This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tyson. This is going to be your Oilers post game from Saturday. This is going to be your Oilers preview for tomorrow. This is going to be your Oilers. I just got to talk about the Oilers because I haven't done it in a kind of couple of days kind of thing here as we get set for a big old test on Tuesday against the Nashville Predators. It's Student Rush Night, and let me tell you about Student Rush Night. She gets rowdy at Rogers Place up there in the higher seats. But my friends, it is going to be one heck of a hockey game because, simply put, the Oilers are going for their first 5-game win streak of the season, and unlike some seasons past, it's not 5 straight to start the season where everyone's selling from the top shelf. It's unsustainable. It's not gonna last. Have fun while it's here. And, well, now, we know this Oilers team's a little bit more built differently, and that's exactly what we're looking for out of them to secure that win on Tuesday. You go back to that Flames game. Why is this team built different? Because this team is winning every single style of hockey game you can possibly win this season. Right? Not necessarily beautifully or poetically or bang like the St. Louis Blues beat us that one game there on the Saturday at 2 p.m. at Rogers Place, but you get where I'm going. Is the Oilers aren't winning everything 6-5 this year, and that's the beauty for them so far, is they're really starting to go out there and show different assets to their game, right? They've been a much more dynamic team. Obviously, the depth scoring has kind of showed up a bit more early on in the season. Not saying there's a ton of depth scoring, but there's a lot more than in years past, and things are looking very good. But folks, as I try to find the Oilers stats over the past 5 games, I want you to quickly consider hitting that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, sticking around for the rest of the season. We've been having a good go to start it, and I'd hopefully have you along for the rest of the go. As you think about it, we're 6-3-0. We're on a 4-game win streak at current. We've won 3-2 against the Flames in the Battle of Alberta. You win 6-5, like I earlier mentioned, against the Hawks. You win 3-1 against the St. Louis Blues. And you win 6-3 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. So all kinds of different styled games, right? 6-3 is the kind of game, it didn't get away from you, but it wasn't also your best game, but you still won. You scored a ton of goals, and you didn't really give up that many. You gave up a league average 3 goals. You then beat the St. Louis Blues, who beat you in a very defensive-styled game, 3-1, and you look excellent there doing so. So then you go into Chicago. It's a mess, as it was madhouse at Madison. It was a madhouse because of the referees, but you go out there and you kind of look at that one, and the Oilers gut it out, stick with it to the last dying second, and finally Draisaitl figures out how to hit the back of the net on the one-timer. Boom, you win. And then the 3-2 victory against the Flames. Same kind of thing. Just never getting out of it. But again, a low-scoring game, right? You kept the Flames off the board. Either Stuart Skinner did it, the defense did it, the offense did it. And you know what? You kept them off the board enough to always be in the game all the way along. And the end all be all is Connor McDavid. No matter how much you say, man, the Oilers need to rely on Connor McDavid to do everything, at the end of the day, he is going to do a lot of things for the Oilers, so that they're in, they win 3-2. You go back to those 2 earlier victories in the season, you can kind of write those off however you want, because that was before the Oilers really started being a bit more dynamic with how they're playing, changing up lines, finding the comfortable fit, and going out there and winning the games in the styles we have so far this season. So, again, another big development for the Oilers, too, is not necessarily Stuart Skinner, not necessarily anything. The biggest talk today is obviously Connor McDavid and his race for the Rocket Richard Trophy. 9 games in, he's got 9 goals, and the man is absolutely on another world of a mission out there for the Edmonton Oilers this season. And that's awesome to see. And what we hopefully do see out of him is a Rocket Richard, but more meaning so is doing enough to get us into the playoffs and get us deep in the year and winning a cup. That's more important than winning an individual trophy. Connor will tell you that 10 out of 10. So as we sit here and we kind of look at how awesome this Oilers team's been over this 4-game win streak, you look into that game on Tuesday and you say, man, take away from Saturday, game previous, how are we feeling? Are we feeling that, oh man, this Tuesday game is a trap. We are absolutely going to fall apart. We've had 2 days off. We've been sitting at home. This is not good. Nashville's walking in with the advantage. Or are we actually finally starting to shift the mentality here in Edmonton where, you know what, yeah, it doesn't matter if we've lost 3 straight, if we've won 4 straight, whatever the case may be. we're actually a very confident team and a confident fan base in we're going to get ourselves a very good game. Obviously, yeah, that Saturday game where we slept through the game against St. Louis, that's typical, but the Oilers typically lose that 4-0, not 1-0 with an empty netter. So that's where we're starting to see a shift in this team is you're almost 10 games in, and this is where the poetic justice of this video comes in is Nashville is game number 10. Oh baby, right? Is because after tomorrow you get to actually physically start sinking your teeth into what this Oilers team is, and we actually get to start diving in to what we can do and what we can't do and what we have to do and where we need to improve. And right, you've let 10 games go by. Okay, now let's fix the issues as many fans would like to do. So that's the exciting part. But the funner part here is why this video works so perfectly timed right here, right now, is we also get to sum up October. And honestly, the best part about it is the Oilers are on a 4-game win streak, 6-3 on the season. Connor McDavid's almost 2 points per game or 2 points per game. He's got 9 goals. He's a point per game in the goal department. Don't mind me. And Leon Draisaitl's had 12 assists. But we get to sit here as Oilers fans, watching this team, knowing what the expectations are, knowing what they did in the first 4 games of the season, and we get to sit here and say this team is underachieved. We're 6-3 on a 4-game win streak entering November, and it is not a strike against the Oilers to say they've underachieved. That is crazy. That is crazy because when things are actually going well, we're more inclined to ask for things to go better than to say they're going to fall apart. And that is the best part about this whole return to YouTube is at long last, it's not a question of, oh, the Oilers are going to fall apart once they enter November. It's they underachieved very heavily in October, are 66% of the time winners in October, entering their 10th game of the season, 6-3 on the season, and very well could improve vastly yet. That is the craziest, best part of all of this, my friends, is the Oilers are far from a perfect product, but there's not lots to rip them apart about, right? They're 6-3. Things are really improving day by day. Things have come together. Every game since that loss to Calgary where you ended up 4 rip down right away has improved. Everything has been up, up, up for the Oilers. Yeah, that loss to St. Louis was sleepy, but that loss to St. Louis is normally 4-0, not 2-0, and not 1-0 with an empty netter. So that's where I think it's really exciting for us Oilers fans is November is setting up to be a big month where the Oilers coming out party has started, but it's about to explode onto the scene come tomorrow. Folks, I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I could talk your ear off all night, or I could go to bed personally and change the cat litter before we get out of here. But, whoa, cat's being trapped down here and the door being closed, killing a guy. But anyway, folks, you have yourself a great evening. We'll catch you later. And go Oilers tomorrow night. What do you say we live stream? That's your little Easter egg for watching the whole video. Have a great night.